All right, hey, shalom, shalom. Giving all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, B'Kakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone, which rule well. Peace and much love, honors and blessings, salutations to the elect of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, which hold their kind of composure and integrity, standing and believing firmly upon the names of the Heavenly Father, the proper and true name, and the correct name of who the world ignorantly calls God. But the proper and correct name is Yahweh. All right, Yahweh. Yahweh is the name that was given to Moses on Mount Sinai. All right, after or before the children of Israel were delivered out of the land of Egypt, which the word Egypt meaning bondage, because our people were put into captivity in that empire. And we are in that bondage and captivity again, this time through Babylon the Great, aka America. And once again, the Heavenly Father is making himself known to his people, trying to reach his people through the prophets, the men of the Lord, the elect. All right. And basically the same message again is to know the Lord. All right, and the Lord is warning his people that something is coming. All right, the same way that the Lord delivered his people out of the land of Egypt, all right, from the hand of Pharaoh, it required two things: destruction first, and then deliverance. And the same thing's going to happen again, being delivered out of spiritual Egypt, and this time again through Babylon the Great, aka America. But destruction is going to happen again to this place to deliver the elect out of this place. All right, and in the end, the whole nation of Israel. All right. But knowing your power, man, is a very essential part of your existence. All right, knowing that your power is a serious power, and that that he's a power of prophecy as well. All right, he said he'll warn his people of things that are coming before he does it. And despite disbelief, it doesn't stop him from performing his words, which he's about to do again in a dramatic fashion. In this time, and it's going to be beautiful. And you got the same disbelievers living in this time too. With all type of scoffing and mocking type of statements and comments. Nevertheless, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, is going to bear true. All right? But Yahweh is his name, who the world ignorantly calls God. And Yahushai is the name of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. These two powers, these two entities, which Yahweh created his son, Yahushai, he's going to use his son in this time to deliver the elect and destroy Babylon the Great. All right? And, Salakia, the reason why I'm kind of, making a more of a grander entrance for our powers in this lesson is because the scriptures talk about in Jeremiah, well, all through the scriptures, but the main one I'm thinking about is in Jeremiah the 5th chapter, where it asks a question, where it says, "Are not thine eyes upon the truth?" Okay? But it says that our people know not the judgment of the Lord. All right? And that's exactly what's happening right now is you 2/3, man, you're ignorant of how the Lord is working in this time as well. All right? You don't believe the prophets. All right? You're not careful and mindful of the words that are being spoken by the holy prophets in this time, the way that you were in the old time. All right? And, the same way you believe back then, you believe now. You don't believe, or you believe that the prophets are these smooth, purple, and gold-bordered individuals that are being chosen by the Lord. But the ones that are the true men of the Lord, the ones that are not noble, not, like it says in 1 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter, or no, the 1st chapter, Salakia, not many noble, not many mighty. And the weak things and the base things of the world have the Lord chosen. You scoff at us, man, because we don't have, there's so much can be said on your poor discernment, man. Nevertheless, we are the prophets. All right, the men of great millstone, the ones that are sincere, those are the true men of the Lord. And we lived difficult, hazardous, trying lives, the way that a man and a prophet is supposed to live. But because you 2/3 have very terrible discernment, you think that because these purple rangers or a man that's living it up in this life, that means the Lord is dealing with them. And that's not the case. All right? Does that mean that the elect are supposed to just live a trashy, poor lifestyle? No. But that is, what is that? Man, the apostle did a lesson months back, man, really during the summer, this past summer. Man, I can't remember what the word was that he went into, but it basically, defended how we live a kind of a poor lifestyle. We live a life of contentment, and a life of contentment is just having enough, not too much, not too little. It ain't, lavish and what Jake is running for, the nice clothing, with shit. I ain't wearing holes in my pants. I mean, yeah, I got a couple of holes from work, but I wear decent clothing, man. Brothers wear decent clothing, man. We ain't out there with, sackcloth and, moth-eaten clothing or clothes. All right. It's just your perception of what the image of a man of the Lord is supposed to be looking like. You're terribly off, man. And so that causes you to listen to liars and false prophets. And so the grand message of this lesson today, man, is to show that basically in the end, you're going to find out the hard way, man. You 2/3, those that believe that they know the way, but they're choosing the wrong way or they're listening to the wrong people, you're going to find out the hard way, man. And you're going to see what listening to liars and false prophets, where it's going to get you. Because really what is sparking this lesson is, this asshole scoffer, man, that made the comment about we on the chip for the last 30 years, the apostles mainly. The apostles have been doing it for 30 plus years. All right? But this guy, Rock Hard Truth, because I'm still doing a continuance, because you know what, man? No matter how long we got to be here, man, we're going to keep prophesying all of these certain prophecies until they happen. All right? Despite your disbelief, the scriptures tell us, fear not the incredulity, man. Like, because those words can dissuade, really to the weak spirits. But we're not the weak spirits, man. All right, we've been seasoned enough to know that what's coming is true. What the Lord spoke about in prophecy is true. And really, we have great faith that these prophecies are going to happen. Because I'm going to tell you something, man. Ain't nothing else that we can use to vent our frustration and irritation and anger and ultimate, being a prisoner of hope. Ain't nothing else that we can do but do this. In fact, the scriptures say, who can but prophesy? That's all we can do in this time, man. We ain't got no other outlet to use. And us men that have been vetted in this thing, we know very well that this is what we use to vent and to recharge our batteries, man. Making lessons, going out to the highways and hedges and speaking about these prophecies recharges our batteries. All right? There's only so much that other things can, comfort, so to speak. But we know that speaking prophecy and preaching is our ultimate outlet of confidence and faith and recharging through our spirits. So we're going to keep talking about these prophecies, man. Ultimately the truth. We're going to continue to keep speaking about the prophecies, because guess what? Our faith aligns with the scriptures. That's Zechariah 39:1. he that giveth his mind to the law and is occupied in prophecy. All right? Because we're also doing this for other reasons, man. To show our faith, to show our patience, which is what you two-thirds ain't got. All right? And really, you two-thirds are weak. You come with a hard countenance and hard attitudes in this time, hard behavior, but you're really fucking weak. And the Lord's going to expose that. All right? You two-thirds, man, especially you men, you so-called men in this time, you're fucking weak. Because you fall at words being spoken, but you can't defend them. All right? The Lord finds us a very honorable position. Being able to defend these words against them. Despite the status quo in society, man. Saying that the words of the Bible are nothing no more, they're fairy tale or whatever incredulity is out there. But yet we still keep going. Why is that? There has to be something. There has to be a different force working in us, man, that you can't see. Which, the scriptures say that y'all are spiritually blind, man, and that you are spiritually discerning. And you can't see these things because you ain't got the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai in you, man. Only the ones that the Lord is dealing with, which are His elect, are going to be able to see this message. That's why it tells you in Sirach, or what is it? Wisdom of Solomon 4. It says that the people saw but understood not, nor came into their minds. It's never going to compute or connect. All right? You're never going to be able to comprehend what's being done and said here, man, or what's being spoken. You're never going to understand the Lord's prophecies because it wasn't for you. At the end of the day, man, you're not chosen. All right? You're not chosen to abstain or refrain or refuse the mark of the beast when it comes. All right? You're meant to choose it. And if you're meant to choose it, the Lord clearly does not like you. All right? The Lord clearly does not want you to be saved, because if you take that mark, all right, if you take that chip, if you take that RFID chip, man, you're going to be destroyed. All right? There's no mercy from it. All right? The Lord said that in Revelation 14 and 9, and I believe there's another verse in Revelation, that if you take that mark, if you take that incision, you get that incision, you can take that chip, the radio frequency identification device, you're going to be punished without how does the scriptures go with it? You're going to be punished by the dregs of that cup of wine or wrath of indignation without mixture, meaning there's no mercy to it. All right, it's going to be the most bitter judgment. All right, and so again, like if you take it, that clearly means the Lord doesn't love you, man. And a lot of you two-thirds, man, thinking you being loved by the Lord, and it's a marvel how some of you two-thirds, man, really believe the Lord is going to defend you in that time or keep you from the temptation that's going to come upon the whole world, which is that chip. All right, that radio frequency identification device is going to be, it's going to come as a promotion and gradualism and a perk, or what do you call it? God damn. It's going to be presented like a luxury thing or a cool hip thing or a trend. There you go. But we know what's behind it, man. We know there's ulterior motives behind it. All right, Esau, the so-called white man, is going to use it to put ultimate control on you and to cause you to submit to him and worship him. All right? And so, it's going to come as a cool hip thing and this and that, but then, bam, Esau going to come with, you've been warned. If you tamper with it again, you'll be subject to forfeiture and it'll blow up. Whatever, man, but Esau's going to show his horns. And now, man, this is my piece of technology. You belong to me. You do what I tell you to do, or you don't do anything at all. And so these are the warnings that are given on the behalf of the prophets in the middle of the Lord of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. But if you decide to refuse to listen and hearken, But then that's on you. That's why the scriptures tell you, man, that whether you choose to hear or forbear, man, at the end of the day, you've been warned. All right? You've been warned. And the Lord didn't need to give 5 or 6 precepts to tell you, like, hey, if you take this shit, man, you're done for. Nah, he gave you a couple of precepts that's talking about the same exact thing, letting you know, if you take it, I'm going to kill your ass. And I ain't playing with you. Jake thinks that the Lord is playing, man. And that's, like I said yesterday, man, your fucking mouths are going to get you in trouble, and your thoughts are going to get you in trouble, man. So I would advise you to rethink your course, man, and your asshole comments and hard, thoughts and looks and your conclusion of the matter. All right. So, just something I wanted to talk about when I get off of work. We're going to keep talking about this mark, man. The mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, a microchip. Because it is the only thing that links up with the ability to do what the scriptures are saying is going to happen when the time comes. All right? The whole world is talking about, the whole world is moving, but, America is focusing on moving to a cashless society, man. And there's certain areas in America that are cashless. One is 2 hours and 47 minutes away from where I live in Milwaukee. All right, well, I don't live in Milwaukee. I'm saying that's where I go, to camp with the brothers, because that's where the bulk of the camp is. But there's an area where we used to preach by, literally on that same street in the mall, that is cashless now. You cannot buy with cash. So right now you can't buy anything in there unless you got a card or, whatever. You touch the phone, or what do you call that shit? Touch the phone and all that crap. Well, what's going to happen? What's the next state of progression or evolution with money? All right. So think about it, man. Stop being hard-headed. So with that, I want to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash. All right, Lord willing, the lesson was edifying. All glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders in Great Millstone, which rule well. Peace and much love, honors and blessings to the elect of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, which hold their conduct, composure, and integrity in these times. All right, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Barakatham. And Kwame Shalom, Shalom. The water for tuning in, Shalom.